we've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. And as we take a look live here at the Kid, guys, what's your take?
I love watching him, with the pick and roll, Kevin, because as the ball handler in that scenario, he knows exactly how to use the defense and then set up the screen in advance. That's why he's so effective.
That's true. And this spectacular shot blocking is something else to look for, especially recovering on the break. He can run you down and send it away in a heartbeat.
Just a single game here at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Spurs. Unfortunately, a troubled season they've had right down near the bottom, second to last in the West.
Yeah, they'll only play twice against this club this season. So this is it. And I think their goal will be to duplicate what they did in the first contest, when they really controlled the action and had a solid game.
Absolutely. Given the way things went for them in that game, I'll bet they wish they could play them more than just twice. But we'll see if they feel that way once this game's over.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Memphis.
You shoot the ball as poorly as they did that night, you're not going to win many games.
Well, Steve, it's not just difficult to win a game with low shooting percentages like theirs. It's nearly impossible. Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, it's going back up and back in. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to catch up with the head coach of the 76ers. It's rebounding that he thinks could be the X factor today. He told me that it doesn't matter what they do in other aspects of the game if they get dominated on the backcourt, which is always a possibility against a team that puts so much effort into their rebounding. Guys?
Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. So, Clark, what does that mean if your man is doing a better job cleaning the paint?
Kevin, that basically means you're being out-positioned and out-physicaled and out-hustled, period.
Pass to the Cobra. And there's the call on that. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast. I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation. That pass never had a chance there. His timing was perfect in going after that steal.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The 76ers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. When you look at the numbers, impressive.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. Because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
In transition, here comes San Antonio.
It's been a run, kind of like you've been to Washington team. Do you know what kind of athlete you have to be to pull off that 360? Remarkable, truly remarkable. Let's call it the agitator.
Yeah, I like the nickname, Clark. You may be onto something with that one.
And San Antonio has possession after the miss from Sampson. Great open look there. The Naturals got his first 2 points of the night. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And what was most impressive? They wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time. Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Richmond for 3. Cannot hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. The game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Well, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Williams attacking, outside for Martin. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Back to Williams. Pass it to the Kid. Outside, Martin. Richmond traps in the tray.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. They swipe it. Here's Williams. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
San Antonio trailing here. Here's Reese. He passes to the franchise. The Cobra knocks down the free ball. The Cobra's got 6.
Sensational pass. Even in mid-shot, he still saw the open man.
The Kid passes to Sampson. Here's the Kid outside for Richmond. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Here's Robbins. Richmond with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Williams kicks to Richmond. Back to Williams. And the foul called on the Cobra. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
And the Spurs making a change here. Barnes is checked in.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. The foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The 76ers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And at the free throw line, it's all about consistency with him. Same routine, same stroke.
Reese the pass to the net. Misses the 3. The 76ers leading. Martin with it. Now defended by Reese. On the wing, Williams. Richmond outside. The 76ers again. Can't hit it.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Here's the natural. Here's Summers. Lays it up and banks it in. Summers has got 8 points. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
Yeah, from the look on his face, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. He's going to come out of the game right now and get that thing checked out.
Rejected by Reese. Barnes against Williams. To the paint. The natural to pass to the franchise. Shots good by Summers. He's got 10.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's the screen. Pass to Williams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
The pass to the natural. Knocked away. Releases. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
He dishes it to Richmond. The stupendous finish in traffic. Richmond's got 9 points.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Pass to Sampson. Gets it to go. 7 points in the game. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, I do too, and I think they're also getting some good looks in transition, doing a nice job of running the floor.
Burks defended by Reese. For 3, Williams. Offensive rebound. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. What a huge play. That's not as easy as it made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary for him.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Here is Summers. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive. That is good.
He's got a nice stroke from long range, and he's not likely to pass up those opportunities when he gets them.
As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. You look at Golden State. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Spurs. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
You know, checking out San Antonio, they've been as flat as they can be this season. It might be time, not just for some lineup changes, but a major overhaul.
Yeah, you might be right, Clark, because you can see that there's no spark to this club. Nothing seems to be clicking. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big changes.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Doc. Paul George comes in for Richmond, and it's Gordon in for Williams. The blocking foul is called as the shot goes down.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And so it's San Antonio with it. It's a three-point game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Spurs shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
George, Drummond, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Collins checked in for San Antonio. Dishes it to Jones. And there's the feed to Collins. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Gordon. Another shot. It's rebounded by Tsatsaris.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Now here's Jones. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Collins. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Kicks it to Drummond.
How about that basketball,
Wasn't that
man?
beautiful?
Wow.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you got it, Clark.
And so it's San Antonio with it. 76ers getting the bucket. That's out. And another basket for San Antonio. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Rejected by Collins. Back to Martin. Outside for George. They grabbed their own miss. Hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Here's Jackson. He kicks it to Drummond. And he goes in for the dunk.
You know, with that kind of height disadvantage, all the defender can do is look up, watch him punch it home, and hope he doesn't get landed on.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, they've been getting to the foul line here an awful lot. The aggressive play really paying off.
Yeah, and you know what? It also helps to put the mute button on the crowd. I mean, when you methodically score at the line, that can put those fans on their hands.
So on the floor for Philadelphia. Get out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Paul George. And it's Martin in at the 4 slot.
Perfect inbounds pass and an easy 2 points.
And it's Drummond with the jam. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force. I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Fires from the line. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Here we go, all alone.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And it's sent back by George. And they'll keep possession. Jones, no luck.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Shoots the three. And Paul George, good for the three. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Passes it to Satsaris. Leads him in there. Count the bucket.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The 76ers leading by 3. And George kicks to Martin. Feeds to Drummond. Outside, George. Off target from three-point range. Spurs have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Collins. He's got 5. Collins, a screen on Jackson. Here's the Cobra. A picture-perfect screen play, and the jumper's good. And it's now only a 1-point 76ers lead. The pass to the kid. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, defensively, he's a guy who always seems to anticipate the fast break and chase people down with his quickness and explosiveness to block shots in transition. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the game.
Steve, it has to be said here that he operates the pick and roll to perfection. I mean, he delights in running unwitting defenders or blindside picking guys so that he can end up rolling into a basket.
Paul George with the steal. Inside. Nice D from Banks. Spurs trail by 3. Pass to Satsaris. Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out, and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
The franchise is checked in for the Spurs. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The 76ers leading by 3. And George, here we go. Can't cash in from close range.
Man, excellent interior defense there. Good rotation.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
He's checked in for Andre Drummond. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Martin for 3. The 76ers with another miss. San Antonio's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. 4th, the 76ers.
Yeah, this team's success has always been tied to their rebounding. Just a physically dominant club.
Second shot opportunity. It's Arturi's. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Here's the kid. He passes to Sampson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
These past few weeks, you can see how San Antonio stacks up. 9th in free throw percentage, 10th in three-point shooting. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good. Not too bad.
I'm impressed most with their free throw shooting that you talked about. This is a team that really focuses from the foul line. They shoot the ball well from there, and as a result, they're constantly looking to attack to try to get those free points at the free throw line.
Here's the Cobra. 37 points in the win against New Orleans.
Put in a lot of good work on the boards. That helped them too. No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Pass to the kid. 76ers moving the ball around. The 76ers with another miss.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin offense.
Richmond, who's checked in for Philadelphia. And so it's San Antonio with it. Trailing by 2. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
The Spurs shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Lowry passes to Richmond. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 11 points for Maverick. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Wow, such a seesaw affair back and forth. I mean, this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
The kid passes to Lowry. It's Lowry again missing.
Man, that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
No good from Reese. Philadelphia's gotten into trouble with the three ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. But 3. It's Lowry again missing. San Antonio leading. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them.
Boy, a lot of fans really focused on that matchup for Memphis. You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Here's the kid after the made shot from the Kobe. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at New York. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, there's Philadelphia. Down 4 spots from them.
I think looking at the Sixers, they've certainly put themselves firmly in the playoff picture yet again. This is an impressive team that we're watching.
Well, that's what it's all about, Clark, in the NBA. Just getting to the playoffs, giving yourself a chance to win a championship. And, hey, once you get there, anything can happen.
Now here's Williams. After the miss from the machine. Richmond. That's short off the rim.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
And there's the pass to the net. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
It seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And Philadelphia making a change here. San Antonio calls timeout. They get a hand on it. Here's the break. Here's Sampson. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Spurs leading by 5. Pass to the franchise. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting. Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those and this lead will be double digits.
Now here's Richmond. After the miss from Reese.
Great job right there to body him up and affect the trajectory of that shot.
Yeah, that was definitely a forced miss, but he couldn't get off the shot he wanted.
Good. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Oh, boy, this is something you hate to see, Clark.
You know, it sure is. Injuries, though, are really an unfortunate part of the game, inevitable at times. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole. He's not helping their offense. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
It's Martin on the wing. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And I'm just impressed with his effort, guys, because we know he's hurting out there.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Prime time's checked in for the Spurs.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
Ripped away. And here's the fast break.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
Passes it to the franchise. Takes it from 10. That one wide left.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Martin dishes to Richmond. Off target from outside.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Now the pass to the natural. Takes the three. They get it again. Rejected by Sampson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point San Antonio lead.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
They're running. Richmond defended by Reese.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach would probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
The first free throw is good. And so Richmond nails both of them. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, they're getting way too many easy shots in the paint. So this timeout is specifically for that reason. You got to tighten up the defense and start to make it harder for that offensive team.
I know it's easier said than done, but right now it just doesn't seem like the necessary effort is there.
Lays out. Taken away by Williams. They're running. Richmond kicks to Williams. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Shot's good. And 12 points for the machine. That was something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
So tough to see a player go down with an injury like this.
Yeah, it really is, Steve. It's just one of those things, though. You've seen it happen before as well. You can tell whatever it is painful for him.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the franchise. The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, as we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has improved. It's gotten more aggressive, more physical.
It sure seems like it has. They've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter. They've clearly been the better team on the glass.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that.
How about that?
Look at that.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark Power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that. And then,
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on. Clark, he had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
Burks. And the first half ends in a close one.
It's now presented by Sprint.
It's time for the Sunday night halftime report. A tightly contested game for the Raptors up against
The Sprint halftime report presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas.
Just absolute domination in this one for Doc. He's got 17 points now and 3 great steals. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
This is a night to remember for sure, guys.
We've got the Cobra, the Natural out there with prime time. Then it's the Machine, and it's Sarksaris in at the 4. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. No good from Reese.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Here's the kid. Steps back and fires. Martin for 3, and the shot is good. Martin's got 6 points.
The defense sagged off, and, you know, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that 3.
Time now for an injury report.
Kevin, I got some news from the Spurs head athletic trainer. He told me that the injury is a strain to his Achilles tendon. A return in this one is out of the question, and he could be on the shelf for a long time.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and we know one thing, Kevin. This guy loves to play, so he's going to do everything possible to get back out onto the court.
Definitely. Let's hope it's a speedy recovery for him.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. Here's Simpson, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
Well, you got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season, shooting better than 90% from the stripe.
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
For San Antonio, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. Here's the kid. Rebounded by the Spurs. The Cobras got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Summers. Here's the natural. Rejected by Richmond. But they get it back. And another shot. Shot by Summers, no good.
Well contested shot there.
And that's the key defensively. You got to make them work for it, challenge every shot.
Williams attacking. Martin the pass to the kid. Count that one.
And they made 3 of the first 4 shots here to start this half.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Shots good from Reese. Einstein's got 10 points. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. The kid passes to Williams. It's Richmond on the wing. It's blocked. Here's the natural. 7 points in the game. Here's the Cobra. And it's a foul called on Dow. That is his first foul of the game.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Take a look at Doc, 5th in the league in patrolling the paint.
Well, anybody on this list, Kevin, is going to have the ability to get stops in a spectacular fashion, in a game-changing, dramatic fashion, in a crowd-pleasing way. That's what shot blockers do.
The natural, that one off the back iron and out.
Been a rough shooting night for him, but I don't mind that shot. He had a good look at it.
Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. But some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in. I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going. Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
San Antonio trailing here. Pass to Reese. And that one's good. 76ers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. It's Williams with the drive. Excellent D there from the Cobra.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Spurs passing it around. Gets it to go.
Man, how did he get that thing to go?
When you're hot, you're in fuego.
He feeds it to Williams. The dish to Richmond. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. San Antonio leading by 3. Reese the pass to the Cobra. But they'll get another chance.
Tough play underneath to give them another shot.
Gets it to go. 17 points for prime time.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
And the Natural's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
You know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Martin. Paul George comes in for Richmond. And it's Gordon in for Williams. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And that's helped with their passing game, too, because they're getting a lot of assists by sharing the ball and moving it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Martin's checked in.
Well, Philadelphia, since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they've put up. 2nd in rebounding, 9th in free throw percentage. And as far as team scoring goes, they've struggled a bit. Top 20 in the league. There's room to get better there.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Clark. And what jumps out to me is the rebounding, because when you can rebound the basketball as a team, you can stay in every game. Even if you're not shooting the ball well, you rebound, you get extra possessions, and you allow your team the ability to make the comeback.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Satsaris the pass to the natural. He dishes it to Summers. Here's Primetime, defended by Drummond. That is good.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
And George, here we go. For three, Gordon. Gordon with another miss.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Williams, he's checked in for the kid. Gordon dishes to Drummond, and out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
And the Spurs making a change here. Collins is checked in. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doc, he's checked in for Martin. Here's Collins. Gets it to go. Collins has got 7 points. The 76ers trail by 11. Eric Gordon on the wing. Back to George. Good on the three-point shot.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
A steal. Gordon, the pass to Sampson. Another three for Philadelphia. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the 76ers.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The Spurs haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
Richmond, who's checked in for the 76ers.
That's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
Here's Collins, defended by Sampson. Here's the natural. And it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. The natural's got 9.
Maybe that will stem the tide a little bit. This club hanging on to its lead.
Well, you know what? That was a huge bucket for them, Steve, because they want to maintain the lead, and they've got to keep scoring to do that.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
That puts them in the lead. 30 points for Doc. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These two teams, guys, look so evenly matched to me. I think this could go right down to the wire. Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish. play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Stolen by Jackson. Oh, here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. There's no reason for these big men to shy away from contact on the inside, because when they get to the foul line, you can see the success they've been having in the past month. Take a look at Doc, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
He's got great rhythm, great form at the foul line. And sometimes we don't see that in big guys, but he's impeccable at the line.
Well, getting to the top spot on that list has always been a goal of his, and he's worked hard to get there, developing a very repeatable stroke. And as you said, it's the kind of form you love to see in anybody, but especially a big guy. Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball. They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Williams with the steal. And it's blocked by Tsatsaris. Richmond with the bucket. Richmond's got 15 points.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half. Oh, no. Not the guy you want to put on the line, Kevin. He's an ATM from the free throw line.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this second half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
The Caddies check in for Reggie Jackson.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. We've got 1:08 left in the third. Reese the pass to Tsatsaris. To the middle, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
Man, I like the way he capped that drive off, guys, with the one-hand punch. Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their three-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
Here's the natural. Second chance effort. First one falls for him. And so he hits both.
Kevin, no surprise. They've capitalized on their opportunities at the free throw line. That's their MO.
Williams for three. Outside for Richmond. Good on the triple. Richmond's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it down.
That's good.
The offensive execution really well done. They got the ball in tight for a high percentage shot.
Martin from outside. Another three for Philadelphia.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
To the inside. Here's Summers. Misses from close range. Here's the kid. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Philadelphia leading by 12. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Doc, kid out there with Gordon. Then it's Paul George, and it's Martin in at the power forward.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Tsatsaris the pass to Summers. Here's the kid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And George kicks to Martin. The kid gets the bucket.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
The Cobra, and they come right back with their own 3-point. The Cobra's got 22.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Passes it to Sampson. Back to George. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
And the pass to the natural. Looking to end his cold spell. Here's prime time. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. Launches it. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
And you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down.
And the 76ers making a change here. Richmond's checked in. And that one's good.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
The natural, he's guarded by Williams. And here's Barnes for 3, and the shot is good.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Here's the Cobra. Can't get it to go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Oh, perfect opportunity to finish the break, and he blows it.
Steve, you have to be able to finish off plays like that. It's a must.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And one other thing, I like his vision when he's posting up. Being able to score down there is just part of being an effective post player. You got to punish him for doubling up on you, too. They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
Outside Williams. He passes it to the kid.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's now 22 points for Williams. To end the run, the shot's good from the Cobra. And the 76ers shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Outside for Richmond. Pass to George. Here is Doc. And it's a foul called on Doc. And that'll be his 3rd foul. So far.
Guys, that's his 4th giveaway. He really needs to be more efficient with the ball in his hands.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Andre Drummond's checked in for Doc. Martin comes in for Richmond. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Lowry in for the kid. Wade. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here comes George. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Paul George. Shooting 1.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. They set the screen. Way, 5 to shoot. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Now, here is George. Dishes it to Lowry. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
There's the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And it's Gordon penetrating. It's Martin on the wing. Lots of room. Here's Drummond. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
22 seconds on the shot clock. 22.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
San Antonio ball.
The Spurs shooting here about 46% for the game. Now the feed to Collins. Pass out. Hits the target from 18 feet. Lowry with the ball. Back to George. Kicks to Lowry. Gordon. Off target with his 3. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And the 76ers making a change here.
Max.
Philadelphia with the ball. Martin dishes to Gordon. Off the screen. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Now it appears an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like any fun.
Oh boy, this is something you hate to see, Clark.
You know, it sure is. Injuries, though, are really an unfortunate part of the game, inevitable at times. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
And the 76ers making a change here. Martin's checked in. And the first one drops. He hits both from the strike. Here's Philadelphia. He kicks to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Burks gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Barnes can't get it to go. The 76ers shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Feeds it to Gordon. It's Martin on the wing. Back to Gordon. Right side, Gordon. 11 feet away. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Shooting in Philadelphia. Eric Gordon. Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Gordon. And Gordon drops them both. And San Antonio shooting at 46%, making some buckets. That's out. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Gordon against Collins. Martin, the pass to Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Drummond. Martin the screen. Lock at 6. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And San Antonio has possession. Vassell. He drains the quick shot. Gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field. 50% so far. Outside, Martin. Pass to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rejected by Barnes. Makes the lead pass. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
There's a good screen. Kicks it out to Gordon. Vassell covered by Martin. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot, high post. Great D that time for Martin. Philadelphia's shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And for the Spurs, they're shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And here are the 76ers now. Back to Martin. Eric Gordon on the wing. Outside, Martin. On the wing, Eric Gordon. 5 on the clock. From 15 feet away, off the left rim and out.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
What's up, a 3? And that one's good. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves of how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew,